Night falls over Las Vegas, and with it comes one of the most dangerous moments of the 2025 Formula One season. The strip glows, engines scream, and the championship hangs by a thread. Max Verstappen, four-time world champion, relentless fighter, the man who dominated this era, now enters the weekend with everything on the line. He sits 49 points behind Lando Norris with just 3 races to go. 83 points are still available, but the equation is cruel. If Norris outscores him by 10 or more points this weekend, Verstappen is mathematically eliminated from the championship. But here's the twist. Instead of fear, Max Verstappen is bringing fire, and he has issued a warning that sent a ripple across the paddock. We have nothing to lose. When a champion says that, it's not casual, it's not poetic, it's a threat. The stakes are brutally high. Norris leads with momentum, McLaren looks sharp. Red Bull, for the first time in years, stands on the edge. Verstappen must have a near-perfect run from Las Vegas to Abu Dhabi to keep the title alive. And yet, instead of retreating, instead of talking about damage limitation, he's talking about attack. He's talking about fighting. His tone is fierce, focused, almost dangerous, and the paddock feels it. Before we dive deeper, quick pattern interrupt. If your eyes just blinked longer than normal, wake up and smash that like button. And if you're new, hit subscribe like it's pole position and you're Verstappen on a soft tyre start. All right, back to the war. Heading into Vegas, the data is simple. There are 83 points remaining and Verstappen is 49 behind. After this weekend, only 58 will remain. That means if Norris outperforms him by 10 points, the championship is over. Game finished. Season closed. But Verstappen has other ideas. Last week in Brazil, he proved why he cannot be counted out. Starting from the pit lane after a disastrous qualifying session, Verstappen sliced through the field with a fresh power unit and finished third, a drive that shocked even Red Bull engineers. That new power unit is crucial here in Las Vegas, where the long straights of the strip punish any team lacking horsepower. Red Bull believes the car will finally come alive again. And Verstappen? He knows it. He feels it. He wants to unleash it. As we head to the final stretch, we will try and perform as best we can. We have nothing to lose, Verstappen declared. Nothing to lose. That phrase should terrify every other team, because when Verstappen is freed from the weight of expectation, he becomes lethal. Think back to his early years, the wild aggression, the late braking, the move or be moved energy. Now mix that with 4 world titles worth of experience. You get a driver who is calm, calculating, but ready to risk everything. And Las Vegas is the perfect battlefield for him. Low downforce, cold track temperatures, long straights, heavy braking zones, unpredictable grip. It's a circuit where tyre management is essential, and Red Bull excel in that category. Verstappen even said this track brings back great memories since he won his 4th World Championship here last season. But this time, the circumstances couldn't be more different. He's not coming in to celebrate, he's coming to survive. Here's where the warning becomes real. Those 4 words, nothing to lose, shift the psychology of the fight. McLaren now must deal with a Verstappen who has mentally removed his limits. A Verstappen who knows he may lose the title anyway, so he's willing to dig deeper, brake later, push harder. A Verstappen with no chains, and that can shake a team like McLaren, who have never been in this position with Lando Norris before. They have a car capable of winning the championship, but now they must handle pressure. Real pressure. Imagine the tension inside that garage. One wrong pit call, one nervous lockup, one moment of hesitation, and Verstappen will be right there to punish it. Now here's your first cliffhanger. What happens if Verstappen wins in Vegas and Norris only finishes P5 or worse? Suddenly the gap collapses, the narrative flips, and the entire paddock panics, because now the triple header becomes a full-scale war. So now I'll ask you, what would you do if you were Verstappen? Play it safe or gamble everything for glory? Drop your answer in the comments. I want to see how many of you would risk it all. Let's dig deeper into why this moment could change everything. In sports psychology, the most dangerous opponent is the one with nothing left to fear. Pressure makes most people crumble. Verstappen evolves. Brazil proved that. His pit lane charge was a reminder that even without the fastest car, his racecraft remains unmatched. Combine that with a track where engine power decides life or death, and suddenly, McLaren's advantage doesn't look as comfortable. Even Ferrari and Mercedes feel something shifting. A kind of tension, something in the air. They know Verstappen is never truly out until the numbers say so. And here's another pattern interrupt. Hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, do me a favour, hit subscribe. Not for me, for the YouTube algorithm that's working harder than Alpine's engine department right now. All right, back to the battlefield. Verstappen's warning isn't only emotional, it's mathematical. If he can prevent a 9-point swing this weekend, the fight continues. If he wins and Norris makes even a small mistake, overshoots a braking zone, mismanages tyres, gets caught in traffic, the championship resets. Suddenly, the pressure flips onto Norris's shoulders, and that's a new world for him. This is his first championship fight. The spotlight is harsh, the intensity is suffocating. Verstappen has lived in this fire for years. Norris hasn't. So here's the second cliffhanger. Imagine Verstappen crossing the line P1 in Vegas. Imagine the crowd roaring. Imagine Norris finishing outside the podium. The points compress, the title becomes alive again, and then Qatar becomes a gladiator arena. Abu Dhabi becomes a finale for the ages. This is why Verstappen's warning changes everything. Because no matter what the standings say right now, the story isn't written yet. Champions rise when they're cornered. Let's look at the technical side too. Las Vegas is one of the fastest street circuits in F1 history. The 1.9-kilometer straight demands maximum power. The temperatures drop dramatically during the night, making tyre warm-up almost impossible. Any mistakes in the early laps can destroy a strategy. Red Bull believe their fresh engine will give them the straight-line speed they lacked all season. If that's true, Verstappen will attack relentlessly. "We'll need to manage the tyres well," he said. "That's code for, we have the pace, but we must be smart. Cold tyres, low downforce, long straights. It's a playground for Verstappen, but a nightmare for McLaren if they get it wrong." And yet, here's another twist. What if Norris delivers again? What if he's not intimidated? What if he outperforms Verstappen and slams the door shut on this era of Red Bull dominance? If that happens, Vegas becomes the moment the torch officially passes. But that's the beauty of this weekend. Both outcomes are possible, and both outcomes change the sport. A Verstappen comeback becomes legendary. A Verstappen elimination becomes historic. Think of the headlines, think of the tension, think of the chaos. This is Formula One at its finest. Unpredictable, emotional, and dramatic. Before we wrap this story's final lap, let me quickly tell you, if you're still watching right now, you're a legend. Drop VR in the comments if you think Verstappen survives. Drop Noir if you think Norris will shut the door. And please, like the video, even Verstappen would hit the like button right now because he needs that algorithm boost. And if you haven't subscribed yet, come on, hit it, do it, join the grid. Now let's end with the big perspective. Why does this warning matter? Because it signals something deeper. Verstappen is not surrendering his throne. Red Bull are not stepping aside for McLaren. And the championship fight, even if the numbers say it's nearly over, is very much alive psychologically. The greatest champions in history don't fall quietly. They ignite, even in defeat. And the next 3 races will either become the greatest comeback we've ever seen, or the most dramatic end to an era we never thought would end so soon. So, where does this leave us? Right at the heart of the most critical weekend of the season. Vegas isn't just a race, it's a turning point. It's a test of nerve, skill, and pressure. And no matter who walks away victorious, this moment will echo across the sport for years. If you want to continue this journey, click the next video on your screen, where I break down how McLaren can defend their lead and why Qatar might be even more dangerous than Vegas. I'll see you there. And remember, in Formula One, nothing is over until the final checkered flag drops.